Hello, this is Dr. Stark, and I wanted to give you some information about how to use our databases to search for an article for your In the News assignment for your ethics class. You'll see that I'm at the Robert Morris webpage, and if you go into our Blackboard page, you can see that under Course Documents, you will find the In the News assignment. I try and post those in more than one place. And you'll also see that I posted something that was also in your packet called Categories of Workplace Misconduct. So maybe you can't think of something to search for. If you open this document up, it just is a summary that I've used from another book that we used to use that has all different types of ethical dilemma issues in business. And so you can look through here. I'm going to pick active bribery. So active bribery is when a person who promises or gives a bribe commits the offense. So I'm just going to search for that. Again, if I go back to the Robert Morris web page and I go to quick links in the upper right hand corner, click on the library web page and then click on databases. I am at home. I already did have to log in. When you're not on campus, you do have to log in, and there's prompts as to what your login and password is. And you'll see that there's a list of databases here with a brief description about what you can find in there. Some are specific to particular industries. If I want to do something for work, I might use the Chronicle of Higher Education if I'm looking for things in higher ed. If you're in the medical field, there's areas for the medical field, so on and so forth. So I like the Wall Street Journal. It's kind of a nice, reliable source for looking for business issues. And so under alphabetically, I can go ahead and click on the Wall Street Journal. This pops up. This is just your basic search, but if you want to do more than one term, I suggest you click on Advanced. And for Advanced, you can do several different things. So first I'm going to type in active bribery. And you know what I like about this is when you start typing, it also gives you some other things that maybe you might not have thought of. So you could use one of those search terms. And I want to make sure that we're focusing on business since this is a business ethics class. Notice you can do business to business, business and business, so on and so forth. Okay, so the next thing that's really important is click on full text. You don't want to get any little short summaries that are teasers that sound really good and then you can't find the article. So just click on full text. Another thing I like is the publication date. Depends upon your professor. We're looking for something current, so you can just choose last 3 years. So I've kind of got my search terms in place. Notice you can only do this with the advanced, and I'm going to click search. I found 40 results, and there's also, again, some suggestions up here. Bribery and corruption, bribery and multinational corporations. Again, it gives you some options on what to search for. And so I can look down. We do find a lot of international articles in here as well because it is an international newspaper. Here's one. Oil field giant in bribery probe. It is from October 2010. Let me see. Let's just click on this and see what it looks like. Okay, so you notice your search terms are highlighted. And if I look through, it talks about a company being cited for giving payments to and contracting with Yemen's government for another organization. And so even though it says it's at an early stage, it doesn't matter. You can still analyze it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this particular article, 954 words. Again, you want to make sure that it's something that has some substance to it. And you can go ahead and citation, look up the citation. And so we're looking at MLA in the undergraduate program. You'll be using APA in the graduate program. Go ahead and go for the 7th edition. And then you can see a couple things here. Notice it's not double spaced, so you want to make sure it's double spaced. Author's last name, first name, second author, first name, last name, and a period. The title of the article is in quotations. The source is in italics. Then the date, Then you'll see that this is the database. The database is always in there. Web is always in there because we're using a web source. And then the 30th of July 2013 is the day that I actually found the article. So you want to go ahead and use that. So this information is all here. The other thing that I want to point out is that there's a hanging indent. This is a hanging indent when the first line is flush to the left, and then it is indented on the second and continuous lines. So I have all that information that I want. Okay, so you can print it, you can just copy it and put it in your document like you're supposed to. Since we're on the topic of hanging indents, let me show you exactly what a hanging indent is. So I'm going to open a new Word document. And I'm just going to type some stuff. Obviously this doesn't make any sense. Okay, you see how it word wraps around. So this is my source. If you copy and paste it, and this is what happens. For MLA, you're going to highlight it, go up to paragraph, under special, choose hanging, and then you always want to make sure your before and after is set to 0. And we can go ahead and choose double space because we know we need double space. That's awesome. That's the way it's supposed to look. How do I know that it's a hanging indent and you didn't indent it? Is if I put some more characters here, notice the hanging indent stays, and that's really important. The other thing to notice about MLA format in your source citations is that putting the HTTP URLs are no longer standard because those locations on the internet break, and so they're really kind of unreliable. So the whole point of having a source listed for your work is so that you have the relevant information so that you can find that article or that PDF file someplace. Author, title, the source that it comes from, like the Wall Street Journal, the dates. You have that basic information and anybody can find that article. I hope that helps. Have a good day.